Alright, so in this one, I want to go over the main problem of why Super Saiyans will never be as good as they once were on release and or ever will be in the entire game for as long as Bardock does exist. Now, it is not Bardock's fault only. It is the Zenkai system's fault, which, as I've explained in numerous videos at this point, probably more than you can count, more than you even care to count, Zenkai is a big fault of this game. And here's just another cherry on top reason for it. Now, if you don't understand why, it's because Bardock is too good. Well, let's explain. So, to look at Bardock's kit here, stats are good, you know, he's a great unit. Z ability, unique abilities, whatever. Z ability is whatever, who cares? Strike, attack, and defense, nobody cares. Zenkai abilities, Blue Saiyans, which other units already do, so it's not like it's something unique, just like Namek Goku. Then we look here, he gets this for what other Saiyans take, or rather this, wait, which one is the one where he gets buffs when the allies take? Yeah. So every time when another battle member is hit, he gets buffs, strike and blast, and special move arts up to 50%. But this one applies falling effect itself when this character enters the battlefield if there's attack Super Saiyan battle member other than this character in the party. Plus 40% damage inflicted, minus 5 to strike arts, and minus 10 to blast arts. And then plus 70% to key recovery, and then resets after he switches. Now this is the main issue. Going over this is easy to get, right? So, you know, you just have your allies be hit. You know, you're going to get comboed, so you don't have Bardock be hit, you have your other units get hit. That's easy to get. So he'll get his 50% damage, whatever, built up. Then you have this, and then you have this. So what's the problem with the Bardock? This is going to happen often, right? You're going to get after 50 counts just because you're getting your allies hit. Bardock's not going to take that much damage, all that. So you'll get this 30% uncancelable. You'll have that 50%, which is 80%. Then when he comes in, you'll have this 40%, so 120%. Then he gets card draw speed and health restore, which his green card does heal. Then he has his main ability, which gives him a card draw speed again, and 160% to his ultimate damage, technically, total. Then his ultimate here stores vanish upon usage, and gives key back. Green card heals, and blue card -1 card draw, and 100% chance to inflict strong bleed. So what's the problem with Bardock? He doesn't seem like godly. Well, he's not, right? Bardock is good. He's very good. Like, I wouldn't say he's the top tier Zenkais like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, I love Super Saiyan 3. But he's so good that the issue is they can't make units around him as good. So for example, we look at this, right? 25% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, 30% to critical rate, and 70% to critical damage. For any other Super Saiyan when they come in, when he swaps from him to any other Super Saiyan. So if we look, who was a great Super Saiyan on release and is now one of the best? Super Gogeta. Now why is Super Gogeta great, but yet every other Super Saiyan is so mediocre? Well, they needed someone to incentivize you to summon for Bardock. So Bardock was always known to be a great unit to Zenkai, even on initial release, because you think about it, oh, well, every other Super Saiyan is going to have a Zenkai 7 with them, and it's going to benefit them so much. But they said, we got to slap a cherry on top and be like, no, we need you to have more incentive. And then they made Super Gogeta, which if you don't know, Super Gogeta is actually the most untamed wildebeest in the world. This guy can do whatever the hell he wants, whenever he wants, and with Bardock, I mean, it's just... he's literally type neutral if he's getting those crits. Like, he doesn't care. And that's the problem. That's what they did wrong with this scenario. So if we look at these Super Saiyans, because if I sort by Super Saiyans, it's going to miss out some units. So if we look, who is a newish Super Saiyan Zenkai? You! And what's the problem with you? Look how beastly you were back in the day. But the thing is, Super Gogeta already came out, Bardock already came out, both were already Zenkai 7, so they were like, we can't make this Holy Trinity the god tier team it was. We can't. So they nerfed Broly. Broly's not that great. Broly's good, Broly's cool, but Broly's buffs will start to multiply and get higher and higher after your Bardock's buffs are about to run out. See what I mean? They do it to where it kind of fucks you over. Gogeta, he doesn't get that special move damage for 12 counts in until 12 counts in. Bardock's buffs are 15 counts. You have 3 counts of Bardock critical for Gogeta. Essentially, if you want your Gogeta fully built up and to do the blue card, you'll have 3 counts to get it off to have Bardock's crits still active for you. And that's if you're in a good scenario. Like, you're controlling the battle. Blue Broly, not very great. He's okay, not very great though. Again, they just did this thing where they don't like Super Saiyans because of how broken they made Bardock. And in turn, they made a partner for Bardock, aka Super Gogeta, who, by the way, is back right now. You should Zenkai 7 him, if you don't have him done. Broken. They made those two broken. They said, okay, you get to be shit. You get to be shit. They made all these Super Saiyans. Because you look at, like, oh, I'm just sort by Super Saiyans. It's so much easier. You look at the Super Saiyan tag and you're like, who the hell here is actually runnable besides you? Purple Broly's runnable. Green Broly's runnable. But they're not as broke. It's just a literal different tier is what Bardock creates with Gogeta. With Green Broly's not doing Super Gogeta damage. Purple Broly's not doing Super Gogeta damage. Red Namek Super Saiyan Goku? No. Super Vegito? No. Kaioken Goku? No. ROC Goku? No. LF Broly? Sure. But then you run into blues. And it's like you can't full color counter because you're not running blue, purple. Because Purple Broly isn't the greatest. And you'd rather rock Gogeta over Purple Broly. Even the detriment they did to this guy. Wrong unit. The disrespect they did for this Broly. He is so shit. He is so bad. And it's not because they don't like him. They love Broly. Trust me. Japan, look how many fucking Brolys we have. Given we only have one LF. But look how many Brolys we have. Japan loves Broly. And look how dirty they did this guy. Because Super Saiyans, the reason that you're complaining, and I've seen so many people saying Gogeta's shit and mid and bad. He's not even bad. It's... he's not bad because of himself, because in his prime era day, he was run for months. He was run 6 months after he came out, first anniversary. He was run on the main team of first anniversary, because he was still so good. But how they broke Bardock made everyone else a victim to his greatness. Every single Super Saiyan that has come out since Bardock has been a victim to this guy's greatness. And funny enough, just looking at it now, this guy's probably going to Zenkai soon. His event here, it looks like it's about to reset. We're getting him 14 stars, we can get his souls, all that. He's probably going to Zenkai. He's a Super Saiyan. I guarantee you he will not be that great. Because they can't do it. They literally can't do it without making another power creep type unit. Because if they make, let's say they made Purple Broly stupidly broken with transforming Gogeta. So both transforming units from Dragon Ball Super Broly were crazy, god tier. You know what the problem is? Broly can go neutral up to 4 times, and Gogeta has transformed crazy stats with Broly. That's called power creep. That's called goodbye LF Gohan, goodbye LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because Broly's purple, Broly goes neutral. Gogeta can lock in with his green card into a blue card. You kill, you do. That's how that works, right? But there's the problem. They had to make them good. And with Gogeta and Broly, they just kind of made them alright. Now, I'm not saying that Bardock didn't need a Zenkai. I think Bardock got a Zenkai in the wrong time. I think if they fleshed out more Super Saiyans, at least better kit-wise, and then they Zenkai Bardock, let's say, in a few months from now, and then they made him worse than the others, then it'd be more viable. Let's say they made Bardock only get 1 card draw speed. This man can get 2 card draw speed now and just infinite combo you forever. Like, forever and ever, easily. It's not like it's a hard requirement. It's 50 counts and then you pop your main. It's simple. But how he is now, it's impossible to kind of fucking make anything good. That's a Super Saiyan. Like we just went over it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, we can just go again. Like, order received. Super Saiyans who have come out. Look, tell me from this top of the list, these top 12, who you're gonna run. Nobody. Ultra Goku's not that great, and that's why, because he's a Super Saiyan. I guarantee you the next Ultra we get, let's say it's Frieza, Piccolo, whoever, is going to be phenomenal. They're going to shit on Ultra Goku and make him look like the worst thing in the game. It's true, because we're not going to get an Ultra Super Saiyan next. We're going to get an Ultra something else, and they're not going to have that side effect where they have to be nerfed on release because a Super Saiyan exists. A Super Saiyan that's crazy. Now, there's kind of a worry to me, and I just kind of thought about this right now, where it does exist a situation of God Key getting this treatment. Now, I don't think it's, likely to the fullest extent, but this guy does give you critical rate when he swaps in and out. Now, it's only 10%, Bardock gives 30%, but if, let's say, God Key gets the same treatment, they're going to do this for every single tag. So if some tag is giving you critical rate, critical damage, given I don't think they'll actually give that to every single tag, but if they do, those tags are going to feel the side effects of what Super Saiyan feels. They're not going to be, oh, this phenomenal, crazy thing. Every single unit post that new unit that's giving that critical rate, critical damage is going to be nerfed to shit on release. Again, we can just look back at the Super Saiyan tag here. There's really nobody you're going to run from these new Super Saiyans because they're just not good enough. And yes, you could say LF Broly. He has an argument, but again, why do I want to run two blues? I don't. I want to run the Holy Trinity. I want to run blue, red, purple, because they'll all color counter and color cover each other. I don't want to run two blues on my team when LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku exists. I'm going to get manslaughtered. LF Broly can't handle all that. He can't, because that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is one of the most tanky units in the game. So the moral and point of this video is, look, Super Saiyans, the reason that the units that are Super Saiyans that get Zenkais will never be that impressive anymore, at least until they, I don't know, until they power creep, I guess, because they're not going to nerf, we could beg and plead all we want, but they're realistically not going to nerf units. So until they power creep Super Saiyans to where they're like, you know what, fuck it, we'll make this unit broken with Bardock and Gogeta. Hopefully it's not a red or a blue, so you don't have to run the same color twice, but whenever they do that, that's when Super Saiyans will actually be viable, runnable, usable. Because it's sad. Like, I'm looking at this tag right now, and I'm just like, I can't think of any unit here I want to run over Gogeta and Bardock together. Like, there is no duo that I'm like, yes, this duo is going to be great, phenomenal, win me so many matches easily. No, that's Bardock and Gogeta. That's the duo that I care about. And that's kind of the issue. Because they needed Gogeta to be broken to make Bardock actually want to be summoned 4 to Zenkai 7. Now, was there really a reason they had to incentivize Bardock even more? No. Bardock was a great incentive because we know more Super Saiyans are coming. This game is Dragon Ball, right? Like, Dragon Ball is Saiyans. It is Saiyans and then the main villains and then that's it. But predominantly, the game is all Saiyans. So, we knew Super Saiyans were coming. We know reskins, all that. Like we just got with this Super Saiyan name at Goku. And etc. Whatever else we will get / have gotten already. They didn't need to incentivize it more, so I just wish they made Gogeta more toned down than they made Bardock a little more toned down, and then it still would have been a team that everyone wants to run because you're getting those criticals. Criticals literally don't care about anything. They will cut through every single thing in the game if you're getting them off. But they made it to where Bardock is too crazy and he has given the Super Saiyan effect I like to call trash. Well, yeah, I'll call it trash because, look, Gogeta isn't trash, but man, did they hurt him. Like, the only reason you'd run Gogeta is just for fun. Garesh even tweeted, this guy's for fun, this transforming Gogeta. You're not going to run him over your other units. He's not better than a 6-star Vegeta Blue. And it's not because they don't like Zenkais. They love Zenkais. They don't like Super Saiyans anymore because they already made a busted one. They can't make more busted ones. They like where the meta is now, I guess. So they don't want to make more busted Super Saiyans, more busted critical stuff where you literally cannot counterplay critical. You cannot. You go type advantage, they're critting you? Oh well, who cares? And that's how Red Gogeta is now. Imagine another unit that had that. Imagine this blue transforming Gogeta was as good as red transforming Gogeta. This game would have no balance. But that's not Gogeta's fault. It's Bardock's fault for being such a good crit buffer and crit giver to everyone. It's frustrating because you want to see these Super Saiyans prosper and do well, but it's like, The only Super Saiyans you're going to see run are Red Gogeta, Bardock, maybe Purple Broly, maybe LF Broly, or somebody, because you're not going to run LF Future Gohan, you're not going to run RC Goku, Movie Vegeta, yeah, Gotenks transforms, Red Trunks is so old and bad. If Goten Zenkai's, sure, you could run him, and he's an LF, he probably will get a very good Zenkai when he does. But even at that point, oh, LF Goten Zenkai, you got LF Gohan, who's going to be numero uno every single match in the game, because LF Goten is so fucking broken with his ultimate giving so many buffs to Gohan. And his uniques. And he'll even get more. And he'll get damage. And he'll tank. Oh my goodness. The Bardock effect has created such a distaste for these new Super Saiyan Zenkais. Like, I remember Purple Broly got announced. People were like, oh my god, no, 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 no. Holy Trinity, no, 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 it's back, it's back, it's back. That shit ain't back. That shit ain't back at all. it's so, because it's not like I'm thinking, okay, I want, this guy has to be meta, this guy has to be the greatest in the game because he was the greatest at one time. No, but it's also, don't treat him like trash. You run Purple Broly, you run Blue Transforming Gogeta on teams besides their Super Saiyan teams, you're not seeing anything, man. Even Transforming Gogeta on Super Saiyans, he takes too long. You're just not seeing any payout when you're not running these Super Saiyan units on Super Saiyans. Because they've made them so bad to where they rely on Bardock. It's sad to say, look, Purple Broly, LF Broly, all these Super Saiyans, Ultra Goku, they all rely on Bardock. And it's like, oh man, like you could have just made Bardock tone down, we wouldn't have this issue. But it's now a point in case scenario that like, well, if you don't have Bardock Zenkai 7, or you don't have Bardock at all, you really can't run your Super Saiyans. You can't run these other Super Saiyans on other teams. I can't run Transforming Gogeta on a Movies team and expect him to do as well as he does on Super Saiyans. Obviously, because criticals and all that. But it's just like, Movies is so dead in the water. They have no support type unit, and no support at all from the game recently. And then you have Gogeta who just, his kit is so average that he needs Super Saiyan buffs. That's it. That's it. Same with all these others. Like, another example, Future Gohan. Where do you think Future Gohan's going to do best? Hybrids? Super Saiyans? Future? Super Saiyans. He's very good on hybrids, but he's strike-based. Hybrids want blast-based. Super Saiyans is strike-based. Run the Future Gohan. Future? It's blast-based. You're not going to run Future Gohan. It's such a scenario where it fucks you over, man. And it just kind of screws with these new units and these new Zenkais. It's just, it's always just like a, like, I hope they never make this mistake with any other tag in the game. At least, that's my hope. I don't know. They probably will, because they don't really know. Balancing-wise, again, they probably think this is balanced, how we have the game set up now with, okay, just this tag has these critical things, but we can't add it to anywhere else. And then these meta units are meta, so we can't change that. They can change it, they will eventually, but for the last 9 months, they have been content with just making the same tag the best teams in the game. Hybrids is not the best, but has one of the best units. Saiyans is the best team in the game. Super Saiyans is okay. It's not phenomenal because of this effect where Bardock does not allow Super Saiyans to be good without him. And even with him, they're not even that phenomenal compared to him and compared to Gogeta, which again was the incentive to Zenkai Bardock, because Gogeta is so great. They saw Gogeta come out, they saw Bardock together, they were like, oh shit, every other unit, we had their kits planned out, revert that shit, make them do 150% less than they were gonna do. And then that's the Zenkais we got currently. Why do you think Green Broly Zenkai's free? He's not on the level of Gogeta. He's cool, he's defensive, he's tanky, but he ain't Gogeta. And you gotta wait for your opponent to do things to actually have your Green Broly be useful. It's a shitty scenario, but it is the scenario we are in, and it is the main focus of why I think these transforming base to Super Saiyan, whatever it is, you know, Super Saiyan Zenkais will always be not that impressive. So if you do see them coming out and you're like, oh, I don't know how their kit's gonna look, I don't know, just don't anticipate, right? Because some units you could be like, oh, I don't fucking know, this is random. Why is he a Zenkai? Let's see. With like God Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Goku. We didn't know how they'd be. You know, maybe we thought Goku would be super tanky. Apologize for that. We thought Super Saiyan Blue Goku was going to be super tanky, right? Well, he's everything. He's a jack of all trades. He's literally, like, the best free quote-unquote, daily Zenkai you can get in the game. Like, easily. No questions about it. But then you look at God Vegeta and you're like, okay, I thought he would be a lot more defense-based because he has the cover. You think he wants to get more defense, and then build up some strike attack because he has melee type. And then, you know, it kind of doesn't pan out how you expect it. But with Super Saiyans, there's always this effect where you can kind of predict, okay, it's a Super Saiyan. They can't make Super Saiyans better than Super Gogeta, so if it's not going to be better than Super Gogeta, is it even worth Zenkai? Again, I went over this yesterday in the video about talking about Zenkai transforming Gogeta and how it's just not worth it. And I just think, for the foreseeable future, any new Super Saiyan unit will just be botched to hell, just like that yellow Broly, just like this Ultra Goku, this free-to-play Goku. Because this free-to-play Goku is one of the worst Gokus in the game. Like, he's on level with, like, Hero Gokus at this point. But it's because of BARDOCK. That's the whole point and premise. Any new Goku, any new Super Saiyan, whatever the case scenario is, will not be that great just for the foreseeable future. And if you don't agree, well, you'll see when we get more, whenever we get more. So, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think BARDOCK is the actual reason for the, I wouldn't say downfall, it's just the discrepancy against Super Saiyans. I mean, it seems like it to me, but let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.